Welcome, everyone, to Season 11, Episode 14 of The Will Reads. Ian, it's not safe to podcast and drive. You're muted. There you go.
At no point am I podcasting and driving. I'm either driving or podcasting. So right now, since I'm talking, I'm not driving.
Oh.
But then when I stop talking, whoa, shit. Right, there we go.
Oh, yeah, there it happens. All right. Fun times. Quick announcements before we get going. We do have one new patron. So, yeah, hold on. I heard that name first. Before, it is Dave Rate. Dave Rate joined.
Hello, Dave. Dave, thank you.
Dave. Yeah.
Dave, this episode is for you, brother.
For you.
Yeah. So
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you. Take a sip
you
for
know
you.
what, Holly Ozzy, we appreciate you. You show up for us every episode.
Wadaholic Ozzy. He's good peoples. Really good peoples. Yeah. So other news. Still haven't gotten past this end of the year until next year. So I have no idea what cons we're going to. I was going to skip JordanCon this year and go to WhatCon, but I have not done any movement towards there either. So we will see. At some point we have to do something. I have renovations coming in my house, and that's all I'm worried about right now. So on to personal life.
Well, Alan, if you can't go to either, Alan, you could send Chris and I as your party contingent, and we will represent.
Let's see.
And Tree and Alondo said they're going to represent too. So we want you there, Alan. But if you can't, we will hold it down.
I know Tree and maybe Alondo are going to JordanCon from Cosme Reads.
Oh.
I'm not this year just because I've gone for so many years in a row, and it's time that I take some break off. Take a break and use that for other cons. So that's so either it's going to be JordanCon, WhatCon, or Dragonsteel Con, which is kind of the one I want to go to, but that's in Utah, and it was big this year, of course, with the release of Wind and Truth, which has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not that far in. I'm not that far in. Do not tell me anything else besides that. But it's been fun, what I've read so far. So I have not finished. Some people have already. I'm like, good Lord, people, you guys are too fast.
That's a lot of listening or a lot of
62-hour book. Like, how are you done already? Just came out on Friday. Like, it's like that's dedication.
It's been more than 62 hours since Friday.
It has been, but that's more than like a full week's worth.
You would have to sit the whole weekend and just listen.
A full-time job. You just did a full-time job reading a book.
Bro, let me tell you.
I forgot you don't have a government job.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, selfishly enough, I don't know if it's really selfish, but I did it. Fourth Wing. Have you heard of that series?
I have. Dragon 6,
yeah. So,
yeah, Dragon 6.
Yeah.
Dragon's getting it on.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Akatar, the Sarah J. Maas books, which is Fairy Sex, but that's anyway. Fourth Wing, yeah, Dragon 6. Top Gun meets Dragon 6. Go.
I listened to those the two books that are out. I listened to those while I was sick last week. So
okay, I've not read them yet.
Thoroughly, I enjoyed it. There was, it threw me off, and all of a sudden the soft porn started. I was like, whoa,
yeah,
was not expecting this in a book in my fantasy books. Like,
yeah,
I'm used to it fading to gray.
I read a little bit of it, but I was already reading like 3 books at the same time, or 3 or 4 books like I always do, and I was like, I can't add this in right now. So I'll probably.
All right, hold on, Chris. With the dragons, is there a moment where they have to slide a scale to the side, or how does that work?
Raffo.
Otherwise, that's kind of like if it's an easy access port, then that's a chink in the armor, right? I feel like there's got to be a secret combination to make it work.
So to be honest with you, they don't actually go into detail on how the dragons do it. So there's that.
Softcore porn. It's softcore.
No. Now with the humans though, I was like, bro, this is very
spicy.
This is why in the fantasy world, if you're a writer or an editor, you should have somebody on the editing team at least that's a dash neurospicy. That way they'll go, well, we need to tell the reader how you get past the scales, because maybe a non-neurospicy author isn't thinking that. But that is what I'm thinking. That was the first thing I thought. I was like, you can't just walk up to a dragon and be like, bam, you're preggers. Like, there's you got to get past the armor.
Yeah.
And to answer the question in the chat, I'm a Liam fan, and I'll leave it there. You all, if you've read it, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I have a couple of books on my to be read TBR that I've started and stopped because another book was released or another book came out, or I had to start another podcast book and I had to get into something else. So it's been a lot of that in my life. Plus, I'm always reading books to my kids too, and I always have like at least one fantasy book I'm reading to my kids at any time. Right now, we're doing Harry Potter. We're working through Harry Potter. So that's fun.
Yeah. Indoctrination.
Harry
time.
Potter.
So I'm on chapter 12 of Wind and Truth. Where are you at?
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm finishing chapter 12.
I will tell you in a second. I was listening to it today, so I am on chapter. Drum roll. That's the Way of Kings. Wind and Truth. To chapter 6. So I'm not even close to you.
Okay, you got you behind me a little bit.
Oh,
Jason is pretty cool.
I have these two podcasts. I have to listen to those books too. So
yeah, I made that book happen.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Go ahead.
I'm doing the Way of Kings right now for the Cosmic Read. So I'm in Stormlight too. So it's I'm doing Stormlight both places.
Yeah, that is a lot.
We had fun last night. Yeah.
What part are they on?
I just finished part 1. That's Way of Kings. Yeah.
I should go back and re-listen.
So next week is next week some interludes and should be fun. Personal life. Yeah, I'm reading Wind and Truth. That's personal life. Went to my in-laws last weekend for I got kind of like duped, and not in a good way. In where it's really painful being a parent in this kind of when you get put in these kind of situations. Like, so normally like those expo centers or like convention centers will have like these like kid events, but they're really just money grab events, and they're like really as little the kids to do besides just buy stuff. It's just set up to make the parents feel guilty and buy more stuff. Like, have you don't have kids yet, but Ian knows what I'm talking about.
I have nephews, so I know.
Yeah. So there's kind of there's these events that exist that there's really nothing to do but just buy things, and I avoid those
book fairs.
Yeah, I avoid them like the plague for my kids, just because it's going to end in disappointment always. Because I'm not going to buy the $1,000 set of whatever is awesome and it's on sale. So it's just not going to do it. Sorry, I'm a horrible father. I'm just a fiscal responsible father.
Character.
Exactly. So my mother-in-law bought tickets to this the Brick Builder University Lego Expo in Stanton, Virginia. And the idea was that this would be a fun grandkid event. And that's how it was sold to us. So we went up there, we hung out all day Saturday. So the event was on Sunday. We go to church with her family on Sunday, and we get out of church, and she hands me 3 tickets. And she's like, here's the tickets for your 2 older kids and for you. And I'm like, wait, but I was like, oh, I'm not going to this. I was like, I don't want to go to this. How'd you go? And I just stay behind. Like, I don't want to go. Like, so I had to spend the next 3 hours of trying to keep my kids having fun while dashing their hopes and dreams of being able to buy a $1,000 Lego set. Although I wanted to buy it too, but I just know it's not on the budget to buy the Millennium Falcon, 8,000 piece set, or the giant Disney train that's $1,000, $500, or any of those giant Lego sets that are freaking awesome, but like just don't have the budget for it. Yeah. So, and as soon as you walk in, all it is just vendors of Legos, and they have like 3 little tiny build stations in the back. So like, I'm trying to take them back to these little build stations. They're like, let's go look at what's for sale. I was like, no, let's go look at the build stations. Let's go over here. Let's have fun building Legos. Like, I don't want to build Legos. I don't buy Legos. I'm like, so that was fun. No tears. They didn't cry. We left. We're able to get one set That was a pretty nice set. They actually got a Harry Potter set because they're reading it right now. So it was a Harry Potter
was
Lego set.
awesome.
So
they did get you. They did dupe you.
They got me a little bit, but I bought one set that was and they had to split it, so they had to build it together. So it kind of made a compromise. I was like, all right. So
what are they building?
It's a Hogwarts like castle, and then it has like a dragon coming out of it. It's pretty cool. So,
oh, that's super cool.
I was like, yeah, that's cool.
From book 4.
Yeah. So yep. So they're excited about it. So anyway, yeah. So got a little Lego set, Harry Potter Lego set, because my son wanted a Minecraft set and my daughter wanted a Disney Princess set. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna buy 2 of those sets. So you guys are both reading Harry Potter. How are we doing Harry Potter? Like, they're both like, yeah, we'll do Harry Potter. I was like, sweet, buy 1. Let's leave. Fine. We're out. Deuces. Get in the car. Go. So that was my weekend. It was definitely
while your mother-in-law and wife did whatever they did.
Oh, they went to have a nice brunch, and then they went to a coffee shop, and then they went shopping a bit, and I was like, yeah, screw you guys. Well, I'm sitting there trying to keep my kids from falling apart. So that was fun. But yeah, nonetheless, it was still good to see them and hang out for the weekend. But it was a lot of travel because they don't live close. And Stanton, Virginia, even though it's in the same state, for us international listeners that know, Virginia's not a large state by any means, but it takes every bit of 3 hours to drive at 90 miles an hour to Stanton. So it's on the western part of the state, and we're on the eastern part. So it's a hike. So I know Ian's switching over to his computer soon. So I think Chris.
Oh yeah, can I go last?
Yeah,
sure.
Let me go last.
Right.
This is weird, going out of order. I don't know if I like it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're messing with my OCD just a little bit, but it's okay. He's getting pure enjoyment out of this. I can see the smile on his face.
I know. Take us home. Actually, take us home.
I'm not even.
What's going on with you, Chris?
So I appreciate the grace that everybody gave yet again. Y'all have been really good this year because we've canceled on y'all quite a few times, and life has been life and really hard for us. And so Chanel was sick for 2 weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. We had a phenomenal Thanksgiving with family, and then went to the Hornets game Friday night. Saturday, I started feeling kind of icky, and then by Sunday, it was like really Saturday afternoon, I got hit hard, and I literally was in the bed pretty much Sunday through Wednesday. Like upper respiratory, viral infection, full blown. And I went to urgent care because my regular primary care did not have room to fit me in, because that's how many people in North Carolina are freaking sick. The urgent care doctor's like, well, everybody's getting this. I'm not giving you antibiotics for this. This is viral. I'm like, yeah, but I get this annually, and my antibiotics help out a whole lot because the over-the-counter stuff, I'm allergic to half of it. He's like, well, find something you're not allergic to and see how it works. So normally I get this crap and I can knock it out in 2 days, but instead I suffered still like hacking and coughing, but feeling much better and finally getting my energy back, almost a week and a half later. But then I got a call today, and my grandma's in the hospital with pneumonia. So it's like
it's
at 95. At 95, like pneumonia can be a death sentence. So luckily she was in there at like 5, 6 this morning, and they got her out at 6 this afternoon. So she just spent her day there, and she's given a bunch of medications. So I was hassling her right before I jumped on to make sure she took her medicine and to put reminders on the calendar, because she's at that point where she has to have something in her face to remember to do things. But other than that, again, outside of being sick, I was able to get through an entire series of books. So that was fun. And I've been catching up on my anime. Like One Piece I'm almost there, man. I'm on like episode 850 something out of 1200. So
what's your favorite anime?
That's a great question. I mean, I really do like One Piece, but I think favorite all time is actually probably Gundam Wing.
Okay.
Something about Gundam Wing was like my gateway drug.
Are you a fan of Samurai Champloo?
Yes, it's hilarious. I haven't watched that in years. We might have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of it the other day, just randomly. I've been watching Arcane. That's been my guilty pleasure recently. Have you seen Arcane?
No,
Have you
I
seen
haven't.
it? Oh, dude, Arcane is so good. We were talking about last night on the Cosmo Reads. It is.
Yeah.
It's top notch.
We've been doing Demon Slayer, and like I said, I've been trying to. Like, I started One Piece when One Piece started, and then I took a big break, like a 10-year break, and I thought for sure it wouldn't last that long. The fact that they're still writing, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway.
Sounds good. So Ian, we paused enough. I know you're still on your phone, but
I'm almost ready to make the switch. Well, we can do this part here. Mine's short and sweet. I've just been working, spending time with the kids, and kind of keeping to myself. So,
and trimming your beard,
staring into the abyss here and there. I haven't decided if I'm gonna let it go. So yeah, like every 2 weeks, I've just been hitting it with the number 2, keeping it short. So
let it go.
I don't know. I mean, I definitely got some people that are like, "Oh, grow it way back out." But then I got other people that are like, "You look so good when you're clean shaven." And here's the thing. I do look good when I'm clean shaven.
You do. You look much older with a beard.
There's people with beards that when they shave, you're like, "Oh, what the fuck? Ew." Put your beard back on.
It's me.
But I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I look good with a beard. I look good without a beard. I look good with half a beard. I just look good, man. So anyways, I don't know. But I don't like shaving.
Humility. So humble.
Yeah.
I know.
Shaving's not.
No, but on some honest, like, let it grow through Christmas, and then, hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, remember I shaved on this podcast. I remember I shaved on the podcast, but I was clean shaven a couple months ago because my barber messed it up. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
It happens.
I just look good.
Anywho, I don't have anything exciting to add. Okay. Making Christmas plans with the family.
Cool.
I mean, that's about it. Trying to save money.
Are you in town? Or are you the river? Or are you?
Oh, I'm at my mom's. I'm down the street from you tonight.
Well, I know.
For Christmas. I'll be at my mom's. Okay. Yeah, I might actually do a drive-by at some point because Christmas Eve we're going to be at my brother's, like 2 blocks from you. So,
okay,
I might egg your house or something on Christmas Eve.
We got voluntold that we're doing Christmas, so we're hosting for my wife's family. We don't have a choice. Nice. They're just coming. So,
well, let them know if I throw eggs at your house, it's not a racist thing. It's out of love. Yeah. There's nothing to do with
and the burning cross. It's nothing to do with
No.
Just have the Blantons ready.
Absolutely not.
Bro,
they'll be confused. They're like, okay, so they egged your house, but they also left alcohol presents on your stoop. Like, what does this mean? We're like, oh, that means I was Ian.
It's a Christmas tradition.
It was nothing. It was nothing but love.
These are Christmas eggs. Good times. Anyway,
all right, switch over.
Yeah, do your switcheroo.
It's logging on. It's coming.
Okay. That'll happen. You guys ready to talk about some real time? We're like kind of early, but yeah.
No, we're right on time. It's 9:30.
Yeah, okay. It's time. It's time. It's time. Chapter 27. A plain wooden box. What's in the
I'm gonna
box?
start by saying this first chapter was like beefy. There's a lot to it, but not a lot to it. Like, I feel like, in my honest opinion, there was a lot of meat to it, but then they trimmed some of it off.
Yeah.
In the worst kind of way.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
We will.
Yeah. So we're in Altara with Rand, and he can feel Elaine and Camelin and Avienda and Eredamon. Especially weird, like feel like your wives in different places. And
but isn't that how it is? Isn't that?
I don't know. I never had multiple wives. So how is that?
Well, I wasn't going to go with the multiple wives, but certainly while I was married, there were times I was traveling for work, and like you're done with work by like 4 or 5 o'clock. So you're at the hotel. The hotel has like, a nice bar or like an embassy suites that the manager's special. So you're like, I'm not going to sit in my room. Let me go down and hang out with the other adults. And you go down there and you get your free drink handed to you and some snacks. And you're like, oh man, I don't have to do anything with the kids. I'm just chilling. And then like it hits you and you could just feel your wife frowning at you.
Yeah.
Like, must be nice to be able to enjoy that bourbon. And you're like, I'm gonna just go to my room.
No, I don't have to worry about that. Not
Speaking
at
of
all.
speaking of bourbon,
What are you sipping on?
my normal use
Ooh,
benchmark.
yes, benchmark.
It's my go-to.
To that question though, I do have that sincerity of like you can definitely feel your wife from a distance. Like Chanel and I have been much more on the same train of thought lately, which is really weird when you're like, I wanna, and then the other person goes, chocolate chip cookie. Yes, how did you know?
Yeah.
Because I want one too. Or I want to go see a movie. You too? Yeah, let's go see Wicked for the second time.
Good for
Anyway,
you guys are having healthy relationships. I go try to film my wife and get smacked. So it's just, I don't understand. I kid. Is she in the other room?
yeah.
I feel like Key and Peele skit. And then I told her. Then I said.
But no, we got Rand
shaking his
traveling.
head.
He's wearing the crown of swords and he's fully dressed in his dragon regalia. He's got his gloves off. He's showing off his tats. Like he is the man. This is how I knew bad shit was going down when they started describing how he was dressed.
Yeah.
I was like, the fact that he's going with this pomp and circumstance, I was like, something shitty is about to happen to Rand. Like I felt that in my core.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. And he's showing off. Meanwhile, Bashir and Alvia is they're both like super sus about everything going on. Because this is sus. This whole thing is sus. He looks over the Aes Sedai, the Ashaman, and surprised by how well they're getting along. Logain joins them as well. And Nynaeve's there and Catswain. And Min's there. And they're all heading on to meet Tuon. Because, right? Are the daughter, they don't know who it's.
No, they're meeting the lady.
The daughter of the Nine Moons.
The daughter of the Nine Moons.
They don't know her name.
Daughter of the Empress. Yeah.
Is this where I say I was right? Or do we wait until later?
You can wait till later.
Okay, I'll wait till later. But just so you know, I was right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were right.
So
we have the Olivia couldn't join them. Like she's perturbed in the background, but like because of her background, Rand's like, no, you stay away.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's bringing his cohort with him, and everybody's like, bro, this is definitely a trap. Like I don't understand why we are walking
into a trap.
We got Logain embracing the source. We got other Ashaman embracing the source. We got the women who are already like taking hold of the power, but they've learned to mask it from Rand, which
invert it.
Like, and I know I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but that was definitely a thing. And then you have men who Rand can't read right now, and then the term like a woman's love can be violent keeps coming back into play because he's like, I don't know how to feel about how she feels because it just feels weird and I can't read her right now. And it's I understand that it happens.
He feels.
Pause. All right, if you know you're going into a trap though, think about it. It's Rand, Catswain, Nynaeve, Logain.
Oh yeah,
Bashir. So even when you get away from your non-channelers, you got some badass fighters. You never know what kind of trap you're going into. And remember, they just had this gigantor battle where like every Trolloc ever from everywhere showed up. Right. So they know if shit hits the fan, it could be really bad. But they've got, I mean, look at who they got with them.
Yeah.
I'd be a little cocky going in there. I actually think they do a good job of still being cautious despite everybody they have with them. Because with that crowd, I'd be like, I don't care who's there. We about to come up.
Yeah, and I mean that was Rand's reasoning for going in. Like, we're good. Like, we could handle this.
Right.
And he was even to the point of like paying attention to all the small things around him, like a red joking with a man. He's like, I have done this. Like, we have changed this world. Like, it's
happening.
Shifting. Like, it's happening. We are here.
Yeah.
So
I am
by the way,
that
that
dude.
phone has heck of good quality. Your video and voice sound really good. I have to go back to my phone.
He's still trying to get on the computer. We'll get there.
Point.
So yeah, he feels the other three men that are with him channeling season sighting. He refuses to seize it. Rand refuses to seize it himself because he's terrified that Luce Theron will grab it. Because last time that's what happened, and he doesn't want Luce Theron fucking things up if it's not a trap. So he's like, I'm just not going to use the power. So they approach the house. They see the doors open, and two women walk out. And one of the women.
I think that was his mistake. He should have seized that power earlier on because he would have been shielded walking into this.
He would have been.
And he could have done it in a time where there was calm and peace, and he could have battled that out a little bit with Luz.
Well, so remember, he mentioned to Cad Swain, well, he mentioned all of them. All right, before even going there, I sense that there's a female channeling. He knows this. And Cad Swain kind of reassures him, be like, okay.
Nynaeve's the one who notices it. Nynaeve senses it.
Oh, Nynaeve notices it. Right. Yeah. So it's talked about, right? And Cad Swain was the one that's like, all right, I'll be able to handle it when we get a little closer.
Yeah.
So I guess just to play devil's advocate, Rand had some reassurance that he didn't have to grab the power because people he trusts are saying, we got this, we got this, we got this.
That part, though, when has Rand fully trusted anybody? He got soft on us.
Trust no one.
I don't think it's soft. I think it's scared. Fear will this Luce Theron thing, even though we talked about how like they're starting, like they kind of worked together last time. They're both, well, let's at least just talk about Rand. Rand is understanding that this shit is real. Luz is real. Like what flavor of real, he may not know yet, but it's real. And that scares him. And mostly what scares him is that, like what you said, not having control in certain moments. So is he getting soft? No. Is he afraid?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Afraid and cautious. We'll go with that. But in my mind, he can.
I was going to say, this is always fun when I do this on the podcast, but Ian, I need you to stay off mute for a bit because I got to handle some stuff with the kids real fast. It's fun being a parent. There. Yeah,
Bye.
So I'll be right back.
Do your thing. The trouble is, I told Alan this before we started. I was so excited about these chapters. After we recorded last time, the very next day, I knocked out both the chapters. And then we missed a week, and I told myself I'd go back through it. So I remember all this stuff because this chapter especially was awesome. But the order of events of how things happen.
Yeah, you just jumped ahead a little bit, but it's okay.
It's a little blurry. but
I mean, so kind of getting us on track because I am doing a lot better job of like actually taking notes. So
I've noticed. Thank you.
Yeah. Because I'm like, man, I feel like I'm coming in and I don't feel like I'm doing what I want to be doing for this. Like, this is a special moment getting with everybody and being able to talk about the book and to geek out with two other people and then everybody else that shows up for the stream. Like, this is I like to put a little bit more into it. So I started.
That's awesome, but you're making me feel bad because for years now I've been winging it.
Oh, I'm not gonna say I haven't been winging it for years. That's another part of this though, is like the genuine like conversation, because I make very small notes and then I let my mind remember. So I have cues, not notes, cues.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
extemporaneous conversation was my favorite thing to do when I was studying communications at school. So I like to get up and see a cue and then start chatting about it. But going back to it, so like you were saying, we have these multiple women and they all came out of the house and they came in sets of twos. So we got with the Damani, and then all of a sudden we get this daughter of the Nine Moons walk out. And this is when Cat Swain says she could handle it. What she meant was I'm going to disrupt whatever channeling is happening, is what I kind of felt from that, because she started like phasing in and out. Like she'd be the daughter of the Nine Moons, she phased to another person, daughter of the Nine Moons, phased to another person. So they're walking out. Cat Swain does whatever it is she does to try to negate this power. And it's like a shift from one person to another. And at first I was like, is this like Tavernus going on? Is this the world shifting again and we're seeing double images? I was like, man, we're about to get real confused.
Luz knows who it is immediately.
And that's literally like, as soon as Luz is like, wait a second. I was like, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah. At that moment, Forsaken.
Yeah,
or
at that
chosen,
moment, I know this is what Cat Swain meant by she can handle it. And she just is disrupting her flows. And the what does she call herself? I can't remember her
Samarag?
Yeah, what does she call herself? The Lady of Illusions, or I forget what the exact term. Those illusions were broken real quick. Like everything happened so fast for me as a listener of the book.
Yeah,
it was like Rand was.
Oh, this was Bing Bang Boom.
Yeah,
you've already talked about it like 3 times longer than it happened. If you listen to it or read it.
Yeah,
it was swoop. You almost have to go back and go, wait, what?
Because like in my mind, this is from Cimarrog's point of view. It was, haha, walk out in confidence. I got this man fooled. Wait a second. Wait. Why am I shifting? Why am I shimmering? Oh shit! Somebody found out. Yeah. Boom.
Yep. Went to zap him.
Rand goes to grab the source, but immediately Luz starts to claw at it and try to. So he's battling within him, so he can't fully seize the source because immediately Luz is like, kill them all.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say this also. It's not just that Luz was having one of his kill them all moments. This is Semirog. And we've talked about this in other chapters whenever Semirog comes up, and everybody, even within the Forsaken, everybody kind of tiptoes around that name like, ooh. But there was extra emphasis from Luz even that like, all right, this is one you don't F with.
Yeah.
All right. Of all the times you need to just let me have control here, Rand, and rip everything to shreds here, this is it. This is the one. Let me have it.
Like,
I think would be so wrong with letting Luz out the box for a little bit. Just let him do what he do.
I mean, this is from books ago, but this might be spoiler. But it's not really a spoiler, but like when they talked about Cimarrog in previous books, they talk about how like a lot of the Chosen or Forsaken, either they fell into it or tricked into it, or they did it for ulterior motives. Cimarrog did it because she likes it. Like she likes being evil.
She's just
it's a little twisted.
Psychopath. That's
it'd almost be better to be killed by Semirog. No, it would be better. You don't want to be caught and tortured by.
No.
That's when it gets
mentioned multiple times. It's crazy because legitimately, everything goes down and she's captured and she's still in control.
But before she gets
still evoking fear.
Yeah. But before she's captured, she throws a fireball and Rand goes to block.
This is no. This is not important. Let's skip this part. Let's move on. Okay. So I think that Semirog, so you got excited for a moment.
You said like this.
Chris, Chris, you got excited for a moment that Semirog got captured really quick, like she got outsmarted. But my immediate worry, and still my worry, is that Semirog is right where she wants to be.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you.
This is the kind of character that, oops, I got captured.
Are we gonna go through this again though? Like, I agree with you. I do agree with you. Going back to it, damn man, So Rand hits the ground. He's discombobulated because Luz is losing his stuff. And then Rand's like, oh, I got to get up and help. And he goes to get up, and it's like he pushes and nothing happens. He's like, wait, why can't I push off the ground? I must be tired. And he looks over, and his hand's off on the distance. I don't know. Actually, did he burn the hand completely? Like that part, I didn't get. Like
It's
the hand
it's a stub.
It's gone.
Yeah, but so the hand just evaporated.
It got poofed, be gone.
You know what?
Oh wait, here's some fan art of this actual scene. Hold on, share screen because
Ooh.
share screen fan art of the actual scene. Boom.
That's cool.
Yeah, they have some rock, fire the fireball, and the dragon scepter being held up, and
What a dummy. Why not block it with the scepter? He blocked it with his hand. What a moron.
Bruh.
Yeah.
He just reacted. If he had control of the power, he would have just like shield.
Yeah.
Was that Min behind him
Yeah.
in that picture?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Min insisting, I'm going to be there with you. You're not doing this by yourself. I'm going to be there. I'm going to help. And where is she at in that picture?
She
Her
can't
human
channel.
shield. Look, Men didn't lose a hand.
That's right.
I wish I had that clip right now. Like the I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I ain't doing shit.
Pretty much. She's like, oh, I don't fuck with the fireballs. I'll throw some daggers, but
Fully disintegrated his hand. Just completely
Full
gone.
disintegration. Yeah, it's gone. It's a stub.
I got a buddy that lost a hand in end of 2006. Anyways, he'll tell you he still forgets that he doesn't have a hand.
Yeah.
Like it's there in his mind and in feeling and everything. And he'll if he's not wearing his prosthetics, which he has like 50 billion of them now, he'll go to grab something and just poke it with his nub and start dying laughing because he thought he was about to pick up his coffee mug and he just went.
Poke.
My friend's dad's missing a few fingers, but that's because of not because of wartime stories. Because of
I've always gotten nervous when she sneezes, like because those muscles spasm and it's like you might lose a couple. It's cool, but it's dangerous.
His dad lost fingers because he was mowing the lawn and the lawnmower hit like a stump or whatever, and it hadn't turned off, but the blade was caught, and he went to go lift it up.
Oh,
and that dislodged the blade, and it was still running.
Then what happened?
He lost his fingers.
Oh,
I hate stories like that.
He also should have tried to block with the staff. Like, why is everybody blocking with their hand? Use the staff.
I've seen one time someone lose a finger on a sailboat, and that was not cool. At least seen people lose fingers. I've never seen people lose a hand, but I've seen people lose fingers.
Well, according to my dad and some of his friends, when they were on the USS Constellation, this was before we had the steam launches. They had the cable stuff. Oh no, it was the cable that caught the planes when they landed. Anyways, one of the cables broke, took a dude's leg off, like that, instant swoop. And the dude was still kind of standing there with one leg and just like the way they tell it, it's funny. You know, when these vets, they get together and they're drunk. So as somebody's telling it, they're dying laughing. And we're like, why is this funny? And somebody goes to reenact it and they like lift one leg up and then just slowly fall over. Dennis was just out there like, schwink. Okay, sorry.
Bad
tangent.
You know the chalk cleats that the cows run through on race boats that have like the levers on them, and they have the hole.
Oh yeah.
So I saw someone one time they were holding behind it on a guy on spinnaker, and the spinnaker filled up, and they were holding it like that with their thumb forward on the rope, and their thumb went through with the rope.
Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah. And there goes his thumb. All right. That's fun. Humans
are squishy. It's a good
Humans are squishy. fingers.
Mm.
Yeah, some men value their staff over their fingers. I think a lot. That's pretty true, Jason. A lot of men do value their staff over their fingers.
Very true.
Good point.
It's touche. Um, yeah. Anyway,
staff
I
to
was
get you in
I was
trouble
lost
again.
fingers one time on a boat. Were you on the boat when that happened?
I lost consciousness on a boat.
Yeah, well, that was because of me. But I had a pulley that was twisted, and the rope was twisted around it, and it was loaded up, and I went to untwist it, and it snapped back, and it caught the edge of my finger, and I thought it caught my whole finger.
Oof.
So there's a lot of blood. Blood was squirting everywhere. I thought I had lost my fingers. I grabbed it immediately and was like, yeah, it's still
1,
there.
2,
All
3,
right,
4,
great.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's still there. All right, we're good. Lots of blood. We're good. Anyway. So
yeah, poor Rand. Now he no
Rand.
longer has the full dragon,
Dragon
tattoo. So is he still the
Yeah,
dragon
that too.
reborn?
Well, no, because they heal him and it grows back. It kind of
But
the tattoo comes
not
back
entirely.
too. It's not entirely. But it's like a deformed dragon. It's like someone. You ever see the picture when someone draws like a really nice horse and then kind of gives up? And it's like really sloppy. It's like the dragon's really really beautiful and then kind of gets like at the very end. Yeah,
like it melted.
Yeah, because Nynaeve goes and heals it instantly, and they're all debating is he in shock? And he's like, no, he's because Nynaeve delves him, and he's like, no, he's perfectly fine. He's like, yep, it's lost. Let's move on.
She's like, you got vision problems. He's like, I don't have vision problems. As he's looking at a blurry world. Yeah. Nope, no vision problems whatsoever at all.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This goes to all right, when I would watch things like The Walking Dead or 28 Days Later or whatever, when it's like you're constantly stuck in these life and death scenarios, every time there's a character that takes the time to scream or freak out, in my mind I'm like, oh, just fucking kill him. They're just so annoying and in the way. When ish is hitting the fan, you've got to be able to put everything else aside and just do it. And it's like some people get that and some don't. And I'm sure I sound like an a-hole saying this, but Rand is like, we got shit to do. Yeah. We're not. It's a hand. There's a hand. This is nothing. Let's go. And the only other person that gets it is Bashir. Bashir looks at him and is like, now he's doing it right. We got shit to do. Let's come on.
Well, and you have men in his head, and she's the one that's super oh my god, he's serious. He's like, yeah, I got to use my hand. I got to learn a different way to use the sword. Most
he goes right to problem solving.
Most sword forms are two
forms. Is his left hand or right hand? I guess I think it's his.
That part was what I think
his left hand. It's his left hand.
Yeah. He's like one-handed push-ups moving forward. Gotcha. Let's go. Gonna learn how to fence because I can't sword fight.
I mean, luckily he's got 4 different girls he could sleep with. Because if he was taking care of that by himself, he's down by 50%.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
he's not by 100% if he's no.
Yeah. So Nynaeve heals a bunch of gateways.
Wait, can I add this? Not to sound totally insensitive. Sorry. When the time comes, and there will be time where they can sit down and there will be quiet and Rand will be alone in his thoughts, absolutely, he's going to be effed up and he's going to have some issues and he's got to deal with losing his hand. It is a big deal, but not now.
No.
You got to wait for that moment. Wait for that time.
Rand's not planning on living that long.
But then there's the risk. What if you do live that long? He's going to have to deal with it.
Well, and he does. I agree with you,
but his psyche is he's not going to live. So he doesn't.
Oh, sure. That's helping him get through now. I see what you're saying. Yes, absolutely. Let's go. This doesn't matter. A hand is nothing.
It's at this point where, we have Summerog trapped now. The battle happened fast. She's trapped completely, and the Shan-Chan realize that they've been tricked. Because this is supposed to be they're talking. Yeah, well, yeah, and they're because when Simrod goes to a regular form, they're like, "Wait, we know you. You're the servant girl that, you're not the lady, the truth speaker, the High Lady's truth speaker."
Right. So
and random them name her Cimarog, and then she's like, "Yeah, it's me, bitches. I'm Cimarog," and they're like,
You're supposed to try and deny it. And she's like, why would I deny myself?
only the true
Well,
Messiah denied that he's the Messiah.
"Well, they're like, wait a
Like
second."
Brian. You ever seen the movie, Ian? Like Brian?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I looked at the wall and I zoned out.
Yeah. Only the
I
true
forgot I was
Messiah
here.
denies that he's Messiah. He is the Messiah.
No, this made me think of what's that? Is it not an HBO show? Might be on Apple TV or whatever. But with the soccer team,
Ted Lasso.
yeah, Ted Lasso, and he goes to like the star soccer player who's apparently like a jerk, and he was like, "If you could be anybody, who would you want to be?" And he's like, why would I want to be anybody other than myself? Like that's I would just be me. He's like, you have no idea how emotionally healthy that response was. So that's like with Semirog. They're like, do you deny it? She's like, why would I deny being me?
Yeah.
So because you guys have me captured, you think I'm gonna change my answer? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Well,
worried
and
about you guys.
this is also where I doubled down with y'all don't get too comfortable having captured her.
No,
She might be right where she wants to be.
Of course she is. She started planting the seeds. The moment she got captured, she smiled and said, "Having reintegration problems, are we?"
Oof. Yep.
She's like, you couldn't block my fireball because you're fighting yourself. You're going crazy. Everybody's like, huh? And they all look at Rand like all attention in the wrong spot. She could have snuck out at that moment.
Yeah, there's something with like, how'd you recognize her? I think they asked him that, and he's like, yeah.
Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
He knows me. So he knows me, but it's not him that knows me. It's the man in his head that knows me.
Yeah. This could just be her plan B. Like maybe her plan A was something different. But her plan B is just as scary as her plan A. I guess it's more my point.
He lost the hand that named some truth.
Yeah, that needs some truth.
Yeah.
What is truth? I'm learning that most of the people in this world don't even bother with it. They just make their own. You know? I'm 41 years old, and I thought for the longest time that everybody tries in their own way to see the world for the way it is. I'm reading and learning now that there's a lot of people, maybe a majority, but a lot of people that are so scared of seeing the world for the way it is, like they just make up their own realities and they live in these fantastical worlds. Well, anyways, now I'm bringing up my therapy. This is why I have such a hard time connecting with people, because there's so few
genuine,
really authentic people.
Wait,
that can handle the truth as you see it, and that are confident enough to give you the truth as they see it. Everybody is in their own fantasy world.
Are you telling me there's no unicorns? Because I am going to just kick you off this podcast right now.
Oh no, they're a unicorn.
Okay, thank you.
There's at least one. Tom's gonna ride it, and it's when he scoops up Moraine. Yeah,
because it's coming.
Pretty sure it's happening in this book. It's about to go down.
Oh no, we're only like 4 hours out to the end of this book, so 4 or 5.
Yeah. Anyway, gateways open up. Ashman, Aes Sedai, Warder, Saldans, they all rush in.
Right over there. Pause. He's like, oh no. Anyway, let's keep it moving. As soon as we start talking about Moraine, he just
no, right? Who?
He's been gaslighting us for years on this, and now we.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for the new season 3?
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, Moraine.
I need more.
Moraine even says, "I have to die if he lives. The only way he lives if I die." It's right there in the trailer.
Yep.
Yeah. So
it's a figurative die.
I reject reality.
I like that. I reject.
That's from Mythbusters. Yeah, I reject your reality and substitute my own.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's painful.
Yeah.
Mythbusters back. That was a great show.
It was. There was I actually watched like a follow-up episode where they interviewed, I guess, Adam Savage about like different ones they wouldn't touch. Like, so there's certain myths that they refuse to do on the show. So Like one of the ones he refused to do was dowsing. So like people that use like the sticks to find water,
yeah.
and he says the reason why he refused to do it is because there's entire industry around it, and he's like, I'm not going to take away people's livelihoods. Like if it ends up like he's like, I'm just not going to do it.
Right. If they bust it, yeah, that'd be bad.
He's like, I'm just not going to do it. Like it's not worth it for me to try to do something like that.
Oh,
So I respect that.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, gateway opens up, a bunch of people rush in, secure the area, like a little too late because they've already captured. Yeah. That's for that shock conversation.
Cimarog.
And that's where Rand explains who Cimarog is.
And they find also the collars for the males.
Mm-hmm.
So now they feel like they've been betrayed by what's her name?
By Domin's woman.
Which they have.
It starts with the E. Starts with the E. It's been too long now. Yeah. I haven't reread these books since I started reading along with you guys, so it's been a while.
Yeah,
what's her name? Geenan. Yeah, thank you, chat. I was like, starts with the E. I know that much. Oh, look at baby Ian. Baby Ian from high school. Yeah, see, you're in high school. I need to find my high school pictures. I think I'm somewhere.
That's my senior photo.
Yeah,
you're about.
Sorry, I keep zoning out because I'm in my mom's den and she swapped out all of her pictures on the wall, all of them, with the Christmas stuff. And anyways, it's not like we're in competition, but I'm counting, and me and my kids have more photos than my brothers and sisters and their dogs.
Even high school was a tool. That's what a tool.
I didn't dye those tips. That was natural. That was from the sun and chlorine.
I did. I dyed my. This is it was 90. It was the 90s, man. 90s were fun.
Back streets back. All right.
Boom, boom.
Those are good pictures.
Yeah, look at all that. Oh, Jack.
Look at those two turds.
Oh. That's fun. Oh, look at this. We're doing a little trip.
Anyway, sorry. I got a little teary-eyed looking at it all. It threw me off.
I hear you. Well.
And so after all of this,
we switch to Matt. Yeah, Matt. So Matt's planning attacks on Shanshan, and he's wondering what Tuan's thinking about all this.
I kind of had the same thought that Matt had. It's like she just seems way too calm about this. Like
I'm attacking her own people, and
I'm strategizing, getting rid of her people as best I can, and she's just sitting back watching it all. I mean, this is a decisive moment for her, I think, to decide whether or not he's worthy of her continued attention. We'll use that word.
Yeah. But why is he so he questions it a little bit, sure, but he also in his own thoughts is very confident that she is going to hold to her word and that she's not going to interfere and that she's going to let him fulfill his promise. Like, not, I feel pretty good about it. He's pretty much absolute. Like, he's got faith in her too.
Well,
or am I reading into that?
No, I agree. I think in his mind, I'm supposed to marry her, and I got these prophecies that need to be fulfilled, and it's like he knows it's a wonky situation, but he's like, "Yep, this is just the world we live in. I'm gonna do my business. She could be all right with it. We're still gonna be hitched. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a weird situation.
It is. And Mandawin, one of the captains, he comes up and talks about Matt's luck. How his battle luck is especially good, and that he can find weaknesses in the enemy just in time, and that kind of stuff. And Tuan's kind of impressed by all this, and they move to a defensive position, and Matt suggests that Tuan goes amongst the trees, and she's like, "No, I think
I'm not gonna miss this shit.
I'll enjoy watching you take the hilltop. I think it's be fun." And Tesla's like, "Well, Jolene might try to bond Matt," and Tuan just goes off. It's like, "You ain't touching my man's." Mm-mm.
Yeah, this was cute.
By the way, pause 1 second. We skipped over the term. I said it once, but I want to go back to it. Reintegration. That's a very futuristic term.
Is it?
It doesn't sound like it has anything to do with power, but rather like almost computer like.
All right, Neo.
Like,
Yeah.
what if this whole time, this whole series of books is based on like a video game?
Yeah. Early on, we've thrown out some like theories, or I did, that was similar to like the Matrix type thing.
Yeah. Because at this point, it's like layering like a CD. You know how they just drop one thing on top of the other and it layers. And if it gets scratched and it goes too deep, then it messes up the whole CD. But if it just scratches the top, you still listen to the majority of the songs. Like,
Yeah. Get that remix going.
yeah.
You're talking about CDs, man. People listen, like our younger listeners have no idea what that is.
No, well, go
explain.
Google it.
Explain.
Google. Do some research.
And you can rewind a cassette with number 2 pencil.
Correct. If you don't know what that is, that's the never mind. I want to go further into it. If y'all did more research.
Dude, I used to make my own mixtapes because I had the radio one that had as a radio boombox. It had the tape recorder on it, so I could record songs when they played on the radio and try to time it just right and start it. So I could make my whole mixtape from like things they play on the radio. Oh yeah, this was.
And when the DJ would talk over the beginning or end of the song, you were like, "No."
So I did a presentation last night for at the local YMCA for the Y teens about what I do for a living, and I won't get into that here because I'm not allowed to talk about that in public without prior approval. But anyway, so I was talking about it though, and they were asking questions about like, I was like, so what'd you get into it? I was like, well, I joined a club like when I was in middle school, and it's like, well, how'd you do it? And I was like, well, this was before the internet was really a thing. Oh my God, just dating myself. And like all the kids were like, what? like teenagers. I was like, yeah, the internet was a thing. So we used to think on the newspaper and we'd go and like, yeah, you know what? Let's move to the next question. Who else has a question here? Now I feel really old because I just said like the internet wasn't really, I mean, the internet was around, but like no one can afford that at that point. Like, so think about like when we were in middle school, like the only time we'd ever go online is like we would go to like the local college.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. We'd go to college and that's the way we could go online and make our GeoCities page with our spinning computer on it that played music. Oh, the 90s. In the 1900s.
Yeah, in the 1900s. That's crazy.
Back in the 1900s. Yeah, it was quite some time ago.
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, that was anyway, dating myself there. So we old. Where are we? So yeah, goes on there. Tesla warns about Jolene. We did all that. Matt then tells them both to stop and be quiet and stop arguing. Yeah, I think we're pretty much wrapping it up. Van returns to say the nearest Shanshan camp is about a mile behind.
And I like that. Awesome.
Yeah. And they set up a ball of lightning from Teslin to light the scene, and the crossbow men start firing. The Shanshan try to flee to safety. Yeah, the same chapter. Yeah. So they end up attacking them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a battle scene.
Yeah.
That's true. There was. In my mind, it happened in the next chapter, but it did happen in this one. And
it did.
I wouldn't even call it a
very,
battle. It was a massacre, though.
A massacre, yeah. I mean, and like even Tesla's like, should we go help the injured? And Matt's like, you got time for that?
It's so literally like Matt was like, this is definitely Taviran. Even he accepts it's Taviran at this point.
Yeah.
He's like, because they couldn't have stopped in a better spot. Like literally, we're gonna take them all out. And then they had the big crossbows going, and you saw the horse's legs being taken out, the human's legs being taken out, like people dropping left and right. And he's like, this is great. If all of them happen this way, we'll be on our way in no time. We're gonna unstop the stopper. Like this is phenomenal. And it's going way too well. And my head hurts because the dice are still rolling, but it's going really well.
Yeah.
And then he,
Yeah.
you know,
A killing
like you
scene,
said,
not a battle scene. That's a good point.
no,
Yeah,
exactly. She's like, you
That's
should go down and help. And then he's like, nah, bro, we got other things to do. She said, but that's the
Yeah.
rules of engagement. He's like, this is a new form of warfare.
Yeah.
Like,
We ain't doing that no more. Geneva
Yeah.
who? Geneva who?
And then here you have our daughter of the nine moons going, the lion. What she says a quote about a lion, and I missed it now.
Yeah.
I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. Something about
that
the
he was the
lion.
lion. Yeah, that he was the lion. Yeah. I don't have the
Whatever.
book. It's somewhere around here. But anyway, that's a good point. Like as far as like Geneva Conventions and like Geneva rules for war and things like that. It's one of the reasons why I've said this to Ian before. Like if you talk to foreign troops, like I'm not trying to boast on Americans, but like a lot of them want to have American platoons with them when they're going on mission, just because our rules of engagement are a little bit different. So like a lot of foreigners are taught like if upper command gets taken out, the idea is to retreat. That's what like the protocol is for a lot of European forces.
Nope.
What? That's what.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
You're correct. What you've said so far is correct.
Yeah.
I'm saying nope on my own personal behalf.
In the United States military, the command is there to enforce the Geneva Conventions and keep the soldiers obeying the rules of war. If you knock out,
they're holding us back.
They're holding the infantry back
the entire time. They're holding us back.
They're not taught to retreat. They're taught, wait, we don't know the rules now. Like full on massacre. They're Geneva what? Oh wait.
Whatever it takes.
You shot our lieutenant. Like I don't know. It's not our fault. You shot our lieutenant. Like that's on you guys. Like, let's take you all out now.
There's some truth to that.
Have no mercy.
No mercy. Yeah. That's
yes.
Yeah, and if you ever meet your average, not officer, but like Marine grunt, you'll know immediately what I'm talking about. Or Army grunt, like you meet like an Army infantry guy, or Marine, especially Marines. Marines are a different breed. They're your infantry Marine guys enlisted. They always make me laugh. I love them. They're
well, I went on plenty of route clearance missions. They would get boring, so like we were half joking, but every time we ran into a situation where we stopped and like scoped something out, like, oh, that looks suspicious, da da da, what are those people doing? Somebody lower enlisted would get on the radio and be like, sir, can we blow them up? And the platoon leader would be like, no, we're not going to blow them up. But after a few months, we ran into a situation where he's like, well, if they fire at us, we definitely need to return fire. This looks da 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 da. And then, we finally get the green light to attack, and like all hell breaks loose in our favor. But yeah, everybody, if you're on an 8-hour mission driving around and you have a bunch of explosives and, a lot of weapons and ammo and everything, unfortunately, you're looking for the opportunity to use it. Yeah. So that LT is holding you back the entire time.
Holding you back. Yeah. Yeah. Opposites of Fades and Trollocs. Yeah. You take out a Fade, the Trollocs all just kind of give up. You take out an officer, the Marines go wild. That's true. Yeah. They just start blowing shit up everywhere. Anyway. Ready to chapter 28 in Malden?
Sure.
Not
this
really
one was like, there wasn't much to it. There was enough to it, but there wasn't much to it.
There was, yeah. It was a long chapter, but a lot of description, a lot of stuff going on. It's setting up what we know is happening on the other side of the hill, as you would say, as parents getting ready for his thing.
We all these notes for that chapter,
and then
tiny
little notes. Yeah,
3 sentences.
My notes from this chapter is shit, they're gonna miss each other.
Okay, so I'm glad you're not the only one that thought that. I mean, so okay, We'll jump into it. Files escaping.
That's
Period.
literally all I got, but we could do the
Sentence
rest.
one.
Sure.
This one. Files escaping. So we have homegirl walk in on Fail and the others getting prepared. And naturally, like, she's suspicious, not only because are they up early and getting prepared, but then there are people congregating early in the morning around the daggone tent. So she's like, all right, let me go let my master know that you guys are messing around.
Yep.
Which then we had with Bane and Shia had to step in and be like, all right, well.
But she has to go get the rod. And while she get the rod.
Don't be suspicious. 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 Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. My favorite clip. But yeah. So Alejandra and Magdan are also discussing killing what's her net face and hiding the body.
Yeah, and they're like, no, we can't kill her because that's gonna raise alarm.
Yeah,
we have to like get her away, get her to calm down, give us some time, and then we can get the heck out of here. Like, so they use Bane and Shiad for that, and so it just creates additional tow for our woman Fayo here.
Yeah.
And to give it to Magdalene, she definitely was showing more of herself in these moments, being more of a queen. Like Fayo's picking up on it more and more. Like there's more to this woman than meets the eye.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And so like I said, Bane and Shiad do their thing, are sent off. They go to an old inn so Fayo can retrieve the rod. And they're also trying to find a clear way out.
She is in the house and finds the rod and grabs that rod. She licks her lips looking at the rod.
Yeah, the rod. And they move to see a red cloth, a signal from Galena. They're waiting to see that, the signal that, its coast is clear or whatever. And the house looks really unstable.
Yeah. And then Galena walks up from behind them. Nope, it's good. I've been in there.
Good.
It's all right.
I inspected it. I'm an official home inspector now. Tested it out. Keep the foundation. It's good. It's good.
Yep, no termites. It just looks termite damage, but no termites. They got rid of those.
Yeah. So they follow her inside. Fail hands over the rod. Yeah. And Galena leaves. I mean, she has to check on
She's like, oh my God, did y'all hear that? And they're like, what?
Like, stay right here. I'm going to go check it out.
At that point, I was like, oh. Set up.
And
set up.
Yep. The whole house collapses.
That happened to me once. I was like 10, and we were at my grandmother's on my mom's side, and she lived right next to a giant cemetery in upstate New York. And when I say giant cemetery, it was massive. And we were playing Manhunt, and I was running around with my brother, and we were hiding in a mausoleum. And we heard some noise outside, so he goes, "Let me go check on it." And I was like, "I didn't hear anything." He's like, No, something's out there. Let me go check. And so he goes out there, and then the door closes, and then I hear something with the latch, and he wedged something in there, and I got locked in a mausoleum for like 2 hours.
Oh no!
And at 10 years old, that was terrifying. Like, I swore I could smell dead bodies. It was great.
I thought you were going to tell a story about old houses and us playing airsoft at the William Mary house.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So the house that Ian rented, like most of college, the Sailing House was a very old historic house. Actually, a governor of Virginia, like back in the 1700s, lived there. I mean, it's an historic house. Very, very old.
Governor Pollard.
Yeah, Governor Pollard. It was his house. And when they first moved in, they were going to renovate, but they let them move in first. And like literally, the house was so old and nothing had been replaced since the 1700s. Like everything was falling apart. And we were, before the renovation, they let us go tour it, and like we had airsoft guns. And I was it you or Adam who jumped through the wall?
It wasn't me.
Okay, I think it was Adam. Like, 'cause the walls are so paper thin and so like falling apart. Like, literally, you could just like elbow into the wall and like go right through it. Like, it would just fall apart to dust. So you jump from one room to the other room and just jump through the wall. Like, the wall just shatters around you.
If only it had been that easy for our team here.
Yeah,
But
no.
instead they got a whole building drop on them.
Yeah, they do. And then they start digging themselves out. And they're trying to dig themselves out before there's further collapse, but they're trapped. Yeah, and they look outside. They can see light. They can kind of see the scarf that Galena let to mark the building, but that's about it. And they're like, "Well, there's an idea. How, hey, Magdalene, you can channel, right?" And she's like, "Not really." He's like, "Well, if you can, like, that can get someone's attention. Let them know that we're down here." Like, and yeah, so she does for like 2 seconds, but she can't hold it.
No.
So.
But she keeps going off and on and off and on. And so this is where, and Ian disappeared. Part of me is with him. Like, Perrin's going to get there. He's going to miss Fael. He's going to lose his ish. The other part's like, somebody who has the power is going to feel the power used. They're going to see that cloth rising and falling and staying stiff or whatever. And they're going to come save her.
Yeah. And the last scene is Galena with the rod, so she's able to take her oaths away. And she thinks that, they're all dead. She's killed them all, so she's happy about that. And then she hears wolves in all directions. And
yeah.
It's about to go down.
It's about to go. Yeah.
She's like, it's a good thing I'm getting out of here because that idiot's actually trying it.
He's actually going to try to come save her.
Actually going to try to come save her. And it's too bad. He's too late because she dead.
She's already dead. Yeah.
But she doesn't know.
Wolves.
So that's it.
Yeah. That's the end of the chapter. It's a short one.
It was.
Short but
good. I want to know what the next chapter is going to be like. Is this where, like, Perrin finally lets loose? Is this where Luz gets loose? Like, where are we?
Lose clues? I don't know. What you guys think? Predictions? Theory time? This is where time traveling Tam comes in? Time travels in to save them all?
That's going to be next book.
It's next book, okay.
Because Matt's still dealing with too much. They're still trying to get somewhere.
Okay.
So that's going to be next book. We're not going to see anything about Moraine or going to rescue Moraine at all in this book.
Yeah.
It'll probably come up.
So what's happening next? Boring, just really boring. You won't like it at all. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying that. We're gonna have a whole battle scene.
So it's a good question, Syl. Rand's not there. How would Luz be there? Chris is inserting characters everywhere. Just Rand's gonna travel over there. He can travel. He can be there. He can be anywhere. The dragon is everywhere.
Always.
Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah. So favorite character.
Tom Mayonnaise.
Is he even
Semirog?
Semirog.
I do like the way Semirog was just calm, cool, and collected. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's me.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna pick Rand's left hand. Just in remembrance.
Was it in this chapter? Oh, it was for a little bit. It was there for a little bit.
It was there for a little bit. Just yeah.
I'm gonna have to. I'm kind of torn right now. Like, I want to say that Matt's my character this go around, but then our daughter, the Nine Moons, keeps surprising me with her just kind of nonchalant. Okay, this is happening. Okay, that's happening. Almost as if she already knew what was coming and was ready to expect it.
It's because Matt is fulfilling the prophecy step by step.
Yeah. More gays. That's a good pick. More gays.
Yep, I like the more gays too because she's doing something that she hasn't done in years, and she's trying.
All right, you're
to,
just
like,
naming characters now. String flame. Men did not do 80.
Yeah, I wouldn't say men, but Bane and Shiad.
Bane and Shiad's a good
agree
pick.
with Bane and Shiad. Yeah, like they definitely went out of their way to help almost bury a body. So I don't know. A lot of good picks, but I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with Matt.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. So next week we'll be doing 2 chapters. 2930. The Last Knot.
Ooh. It's going to be the unraveling of the Wheel of Time.
Yeah. And then outside
Or is that maybe they're on a boat somewhere? And they're measuring something.
They're measuring something.
They're in the deep water.
Deep water. Outside the gates is the 230. Yeah. So that's what we got going for us. So anything else in these before we move on? Before we go to bed? Because I'm late tired.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So how can you found is at thewheelreads.com.
Ranger
website. What was that?
Sorry. Nothing. Just reading chat.
Okay. Yep. So Ranger knots. Don't get me started on Boy Scout knots. Boy Scouts don't know how to tie knots. That's a whole another thing. That's sorry for any scouts out there. You guys don't tie good knots. Just because you have a merit badge doesn't mean you know what you're doing. What are you eating, Ian? Ian, what are you eating?
It's a sandwich. It's lightly toasted. It's got turkey, ham, salami, Swiss, a really fancy mustard, and this other thin cheese. It's like Havarti, but not as soft. It begins with an F, like Fianta or something like that.
Okay.
It's delicious.
It's really fancy mustard. Is it just French's? Because it has French in the name, you call it fancy?
No. I'm at my mom's house. You got to believe she has 6 different versions of mustard in there.
I believe it.
And this label it's in German.
It's some stone ground.
I don't know what it says.
I was literally just about
Mustard
to ask
seed.
this. Oh, I know exactly what it is. Has it got the little guy with the green hat on?
I don't know. I know I couldn't read it. I tasted it, and it's really good.
Really good. All right. Well, anyway, wheelreads.com. It's a website. Merchandise. Buy it there. Actually, we do have a new merch coming from Cosme Reads too. So if you want to go check out their merch site, we have new merch coming soon. Only hands. Only hand sweaters and t-shirts. It's gonna be fun. I still want to make our make a launch skirt again hats. Mega hats. Anyways, so that's all Cosmere stuff. But anyway, so we will be recording a little housekeeping stuff. We're recording next week, and then we'll probably take 2 weeks off in a row because we have Christmas Eve and then New Year's Eve, like back to back on Tuesdays.
I'll be trying.
And I'll just be honest, I probably won't be around to do other nights that week. So it is what it is. And although I'd love to hang out with you guys New Year's Eve and record, I probably won't. And Christmas Eve we have family stuff. So it is what it is. So next week we are recording. That's the 17th.
Do we have any live recording chapters?
Any more live ones? No, we did a live one for this book already. We can do another one if we want, but there's a couple of
worthy of a live recording. We're at the end. Worthy just because
this would have been just for that first part, but like a cup of calf under the oak. I mean, there's a couple of good. The Prince of Ravens. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of good chapters, but yeah, really gonna say.
I like that word, the Prince of Ravens. That's an interesting title. Yeah. Okay, we need to be done.
It is. We need to do that one. That'll be done. Okay, yeah. So anyway, find us on our website. Find links to the episode. Like, subscribe, write comments. It helps the algorithms. You can dislike too. It actually helps the algorithms too. Write bad reviews. It helps the algorithms. Write good reviews. Helps all that stuff. We appreciate it, all of it. So love you guys. That's all I got for this week. So
until next time.
Peace.
Okay, bye. Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.
Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving device ready and strapped on.
Sure.
Oh, where are we doing tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about?